2K TV and 2021.
Happy New Year, everyone. I've been spending a lot of time with the fans out there on the park, and guess what? You guys have been on absolute fire lately.
So we're gonna tip off this new year with some of your top plays.
Let's get it started. Here's your top blocks brought to you by Mobile One. Roll it.
It's the 2K MC, here with your top plays of the week. The early afternoon light is dim, but we never sleep on protecting the rim. It's time to see some of your top blocks. First, it's Albert Stassen in my career, posting his 10th block of the game and sealing a quadruple double. That's out of the Galaxy star power. Let's all chant, MVP, MVP. Next up is GLD 2020 in Pro-Am. Running from the backside for a grab block, but that's not all. Sends a quick outlet pass for the game-winning trade. This machine turns defense into offense in seconds, as seen on 2K TV. Next is LQ Trills. No easy buckets, protecting the fourth quarter lead and goes coast to coast for a left-handed hammer. Last play today is from DJ Dumont 20 in dime time. Team takeover in play, snatches up a driving layup, trails the play for support, and it pays off. Catches the deflection, fakes, and wins the game for the team. Two-way brilliance. Vote now for your top play of the week. And if you want your highlights to be featured in a future episode, submit them to social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow.
In 2K21, you're gonna be hearing a lot of new voices,
including the amazing Grant Hill. We are thrilled and honored to have him join the broadcast team this year.
We caught up with him after a recording session. Take a look.
And it's out of the Kumbo off the drive.
Slams it down with two hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Welcome to the 2K family, Grant Hill. This is so exciting. You're a 7-time All-Star, Hall of Famer, NBA broadcaster, TV host, and now we can add that you're in 2K into your resume. That's awesome. Tell us about your first time recording with 2K.
Yeah, Alexis, first of all, it is awesome. And it's something I'm really, really excited about. Now I get some cool points with my kids. So that's always a fun thing. But it's been great. It's been quite the experience. We've gone through and recorded. And I didn't realize the level of detail that goes into preparing for the broadcasters and just capturing every situation, every moment. The highs, the lows, giving feedback, talking about each individual player. As you know, in the world of broadcasting, they say it's all about the reps. Well, I got a lot of reps, and but it was a lot of fun, and certainly I enjoyed it.
What was your favorite moment from the session?
My favorite moment, I think like those buzzer beaters or those like game-winning plays where, you know, you're like yelling and screaming and there's the joy and the excitement, and you have like the fan noise piped into your headphones. And so you're trying to create this sort of real life experience.
A threat from just about anywhere on the court. Lillard's step back three is so polished, it's almost unfair.
A lot of times you're like yelling and screaming in front of this screen. And anyway, it was kind of silly, but also kind of fun and a lot of really cool, embarrassing outtakes, I'm sure.
4-3 on target from range.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
I know you recorded with Brian Anderson a lot. Tell us about working with him.
Yeah, BA's great. I mean, BA and I, we go way back. Some of the first games that I ever did as a broadcaster back in 2015 were with BA.
Wow, a big-time shot. by a big-time talent.
We have great chemistry in real life, but we also have great chemistry on NBA 2K as well.
So you had such a long and illustrious NBA career. What was your favorite moment of your entire career?
Wow, I played 19 years, came in early and had a lot of success right away, then went through a really difficult time with injuries and unable to be healthy or stay healthy on the court, and then finishing at the end of my career, sort of as a role player in Phoenix. And so, but all of it was fun. I experienced pretty much everything you can experience without winning a championship. The thing I think about the most, and I think the thing that's most meaningful now, having gone through all that, was not really on the court, but off the court, going in and being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like, that was sort of validation, sort of the ultimate sort of feather in the cap, the bow on your entire career. That was the thing that ultimately I think of and I'm most proud.
If you could add any classic team to NBA 2K21, which of your former teams would that be?
I think the 2010 Phoenix Suns team. Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Jason Richardson, Channing Frye. We had a team that was really talented. Could have won a championship. We lost in the Western Conference Finals to Los Angeles when the late great Kobe Bryant was torching me in Game 6 to secure that win. But that team was fun. That team was fun to watch, fun to be around. We were so close-knit. And it was part of that sort of 7 seconds or less, Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire. So we got up and down the court. That's a team for me that I would love, and a team that I probably enjoyed the most being a part of.
Are there any players in the NBA today that remind you of yourself and your style of play on the court?
The Detroit Pistons version of myself, I would say LeBron James. And, it's always good to compare yourself to the best player in the world. But no, I mean, LeBron obviously, has taken his game and certainly at a whole nother level. But the ability to play the game and be versatile, to have the ball in your hands, to facilitate, to score, to lead, to fill up your stat sheet. I was sort of that point forward, and I had that role in that position during my Detroit years. And so when I think of like who really embodies that and exemplifies that now, I've been saying it for the longest time, LeBron James. Now, I know that sounds arrogant of me to say that, but that's the one guy that really, I think, stands out the most.
Yeah. No, I like that answer. I like it. Well, thank you so much for joining us on 2K TV, and welcome again to the NBA 2K family.
All right. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Welcome back to Expert Tips. I'm Mike Wang, Gameplay Director for NBA 2K. In NBA 2K21, you have a number of new dribble moves and combos at your disposal with the redesigned Pro Stick. But first, the basics. To start your dribble, just press up on the left stick. If you lightly press up on the left stick, you'll walk the ball up. If you press all the way up on the left stick, you'll do a slight jog up the court while dribbling. And if you press up on the left stick and press the sprint trigger, you'll sprint the ball up, ready to run the fast break.
Think about the way you can get it in the basket. Now I think you just...
And now for what's new. In previous games, you could hold the Pro Stick in any direction to take a jump shot. But that limited us from being able to utilize it as a fully featured dribble stick. So for 2K21, we wanted to shake things up a bit. You can still shoot a jumper by holding the right stick down. But this year, if you hold to the left or right, you'll perform escape crosses and hesitations. Flicking the stick in any direction will give you the quick 1-to-1 size-ups you're used to. But this year, if you hold sprint while doing them, you'll get momentum versions of each of the moves that will give you some side-to-side movement and force your defenders to take a step, allowing you to explode past them if they shift too far to one side. If you hold the right stick up, you'll perform signature size-ups. There are 36 unique animations to choose from, so you can find the one that fits your style best. You can also size up on the move by holding the Pro Stick up and using the left stick to move your player in any direction. These are great for getting your player into a good rhythm and lulling defenders to sleep before attacking them with a quick first step.
And the officials whistle a foul on the shot.
And if you're in the park or blacktop modes, mix in some park dribble moves by tapping the left trigger. Once you've gotten all these down, experiment with comboing all the different move types together and you'll quickly have defenders on their heels. With this change to the Pro Stick, we've greatly expanded the dribble move arsenal in NBA 2K21 in order to give you, the 2K community, access to more moves in a more intuitive control scheme. And when you consider all the new 1-to-1 size-up packages and customizable escape dribbles, there's truly no limit to the types of combinations you can pull off in NBA 2K21.
Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Today we are joined by a My Team specialist and somebody who I go way back with. I think we were playing 2K12 together. Welcome, Bud, to 2K TV.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're doing great, man. Well, let's get into it. Level 40, Season 2, that Blake Griffin card is yours. How did you accomplish this first?
A lot of long nights and grinding, man. I enjoyed the grind. It's a fun thing to do to try out different cards in my team. So that's right up my alley. We played so many different game modes, and we were able to capitalize by being the first one to get Pink Diamond Blake Griffin.
Well, now that you have that Blake Griffin card, and I'm a little jealous here, tell the people how the card is.
I like his shot, and he can drive and dunk on anyone. Playing him at the 4, the 5, great dribble moves. I love what that card brings. And if you grind it out, it's a free card. You can't beat that.
Well, now you're a seasoned vet at My Team, so I want you to give the people some advice. What's your favorite way to earn XP this year?
Doing different challenges, I would say. Season 2 brought us the triple threat spotlight challenges and things like that. And I was able to knock out more games and more XP challenges by doing those. I recommend doing that.
What are some tips that you can give to My Team fans to help level up their team this year?
One of the things I recommend is tuning in into the community hub. The community hub, they give you certain tips there. And as well, you'll find out when you're going to get extra tokens and ball drops for triple threat. So I would say pay attention to those, because when you get those, you can level up and get certain cards.
So let me ask you this. What are some of your favorite My Team lineups to run with this year?
I'm a 4-out 1-in kind of guy when it comes to offensive sets. So I like to have a dribble drive set with quick first step. So that's the main badge for me on my offense. And you got to have floor spacing. So I kind of prefer having a power forward that can stretch the floor and a 5-man that can rim run hard and finish the alley-oop. Mutombo has been one of my favorite cards at center.
So, Bud, the big question for you. The My Team Unlimited tournament has $250,000 on the line. Are you putting your name in the hat? Are you entering the tournament?
I don't know, man. That's a tough question because there's a lot of great players. I may spend the weekend and try, but I've seen some of those talented players. I consider myself a B+ player when it comes to my team. I'm here for the cards and enjoyment of trying different lineups and things like that. But that $250K is nice. So I give all the props to all the guys out there grinding for that. For
sure, it is going to be a fun tournament this year. Well, Bud, you do a lot of streaming. Where can fans find you on NBA 2K?
Thanks for having me, Chris. And you can check me out on Facebook Gaming at fb.gg/TheHollywoodBud. If you're used to VODs, you can check me out on YouTube at TheHollywoodBud, Twitter and Instagram as well, TheHollywoodBud.
Bud, thank you for joining us on 2K TV.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Bud. And Happy New Year, everyone. Hope you are listening, because you're going to want all the tips you can get if you want to qualify for the $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament. The third game day is right around the corner, and I want to see you qualify. On January 2nd, you'll have 4 hours to increase your game score. So make sure you hit at least the Emerald tier in Unlimited so you can compete. Once that's over, you'll have one last chance to qualify in February. And to help you prepare for the tournament, I really hope you're pursuing some of the top cards in My Team. Get your hands on Galaxy Opal Wilt Chamberlain by completing the Season 3 collection. And if you want to pick up Galaxy Opal Baron Davis, Right now in Limited, you have a second chance at all non-challenge players. Then, this week, enter the 5 Superstar Spotlight locker codes and complete their challenges, plus the Moments Challenge, and soon enough, you'll get that Opal B. Diddy. With 2020 in the rearview mirror, I can't wait for everyone to see what my team has in store for 2021. My New Year's resolution was to play even more my team. What was yours? That's all for my update. I'll see you in my team.
Last week, we brought you our interview with all of the actors that brought your Past My players to life in My Career Mode.
That's right, and we had so much fun with these guys that we decided it was worthy of more than one segment, so here is part 2.
Was there a moment or a memory that stands out, like for you specifically as actors, that you were really excited about seeing in the game that year?
It was mind-boggling, and I got to work with Idris Elba. Come on, man. Rosario Dawson. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Thomas Middleditch, just being, around those guys, and I remember I was working with Idris. I was like, damn, this is Idris Elba in front of me. So just watching myself, actually doing those scenes while I'm playing the game, I was like, man, this was a blessing.
A lot of you guys said that you played 2K for a long time. Now, what you were saying, have you played My Career with your characters after they came out? What was that experience like? Were you like, oh, that was a great scene? Or like, I could have done that better?
I was like, I don't have to scan my face. This is me. I remember my first Instagram post about it was like, some people play 2K, but some people are 2K.
I like that.
Yeah.
It was really like surreal to see myself and, to customize my character the way that I wanted, to, and to just go through the story and remember the days that we shot those scenes. It was really cool.
The cutaway scenes, I'm watching. There's some I'm like, oh, okay, I read well. And then there's some I'm like, okay, like, wow, this is millions of people watching this. Okay, and I'm not happy with my performance and stuff, but you're always gonna be your toughest critic.
One word to describe this generation, this next generation of console gaming. You were there for the jump with NBA 2K14 in the last generation. Here we are with NBA 2K21. What's one word to describe this new generation of technology with NBA 2K?
Real. Exciting. Yeah, just exciting.
Innovative.
Personalized. Achievement.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Whoa.
This is a tough question, but who's the best My Player of all time?
Freak.
Oh, gee. I'm being selfish.
It's been fun. Right? I mean, we'll just...
Don't be diplomatic. I know you think
I said all of us, man. I mean, down to the OG, down to the best Che.
That question gets asked online all the time, like, who's the best ever? And people are like, a lot of people are like Freak, a lot of people are like Prez. I think to the audience is those two.
I mean, Che was a pretty good story, though, man.
Mm-hmm.
Che stood up for his people, right? Man, there's something to be said there, man. It depends what you're going for.
It's really everybody is the right answer because
we are.
They're putting themselves in your shoes.
I agree.
Gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us on 2K TV. We are so excited for 2K21, and you can see them right now. Start that My Career. It is epic.
Epic. My job.
Philadelphia 76ers star Ben Simmons is with us next week.
And we'll have some pro tips from one of the My Team Unlimited qualifiers.
This is an episode you won't want to miss.
We'll see you then.
Bye.